following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. Before we get stoned, let's say hi to everybody. We got Astro here, who's like loving life, being on television every week. And now let's say hi to our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
My shave is not working.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because you were kind enough to take my shaver out of the car, and then you plugged it in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
But you failed to realize that the shaver's plug was not plugged into the outlet. So my shaver did not charge. And now I have a half a beard, a half-ass face.
Oh, you look beautiful anyway.
Well, you know, sometimes in doing well, I have to say, keep your fucking hands off my things, okay?
Yeah. Otherwise, it would have sat in the car and it wouldn't have been charged at all.
But I would have. Then, listen, Jimmy, let's not make an argument about the shaver. You were wrong. You didn't check to see if it was plugged into the outlet where the electricity comes from.
You're right. I didn't.
How is everybody out there? I hope you're all fine.
We have a chat room full of people. Everybody's
people.
starting to show up. What's up, chat
good.
room? We have Don Hinton is in the chat room. Mike Wagner from the Mike Wagner Show says he loves the dog. This is Astro Mike. Don Hinton, Backpack John is in the chat room. Jimmy's in the chat room from the Dick Jimmy Show. It should be all fun. Everything is going to be good. We got a great show for you guys today. We have Patrick Bergen coming on. You guys know him. He's been in like so many things. It's not even funny. I'm super excited to have him on the show. And then we've got a very dear friend of ours, Kimberly Boynton. And I'm actually producing a movie with her. And so it should be a lot of fun having her on. And we call her Kimmy Bear, but her real name is Kimberly Boynton, which I just learned when we find out that we were putting her on the show. So it should be a lot of fun. Everything is good. And we're looking forward to having a great show for you guys today.
From the bearded one, here I am. I mean, I don't want a beard. I am so sick of all these men wearing beards. What are they, stupid? If one guy jumps off a cliff, is everybody going to jump off? Do all men think they look sexy with a beard or a 5 o'clock shadow? Not at all. No, you. Well, yeah, you. Because unattractive people should have beards.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Because it covers up their unattractiveness.
Actually, our guest has a beard too.
Well, we'll tell him to shave it off also. Because, faces are our stamps. And everybody with a beard looks alike. And that's not good for me because I get everybody confused anyway. I mean, we were at Sean Kanan's book signing party, which was wonderful. He read beautifully, and the book is really interesting. I suggest you go out and get it.
Way of the Cobra.
And they were serving champagne. I like champagne. It was hot. I was thirsty. I drank a little champagne, couple of glasses. And me with a couple of glasses of champagne, meeting people I forgot I ever met is not a good thing. So people kept coming up to me, hugging me. Hi, Ron, how are you? And I kept saying to myself, who the fuck is this one? I mean, I didn't remember anybody hardly, but I remembered, a few people. The stars of Studio City and soap opera people, people I'm really good friends with. But it was like 200 people there, maybe more. And they kept coming over and over.
And they all knew you.
They kept coming and they all knew me. I had not a clue who half of them were. But I said, hi, how are you? Good to see you again. How's the family? I figured they all have a family, right? Some of them said, oh, they're all dead. I said, oh, well, Sorry, I asked.
No, it was fun. We had a really good time.
If you're wondering why I have this new haircut, it's because I'm working on a character for a movie. And of course, I can't talk about it, but my character is supposed to be a mafioso from 1943. So this is a 1943 hair comb of how the guys in Brooklyn wore it. Anyway, that's enough about that. What are we going to talk about, Jimmy?
Oh,
Star?
we
Where's our
wanna
guest?
It's too early. We're gonna work on it. They say you're handsome with or without shaving. Kimberly's in the chat room. Say hi to Kimberly since she's our
No,
second
I'm not
guest.
going to say hi to her because she. I called her up. I said, "What are you wearing?" And she hung
Oh
up.
yeah, right.
So screw you, Kimberly. We could have had some phone sex. You didn't have to hang up on me. Gee whiz.
She said you look 20 years younger.
With my hair like this, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? You think I give a shit at this age? I'm lucky I'm breathing. I'm happy I'm breathing. I care about my hair. Anyway, no, I'm doing it for a part for a movie. Also, I'm trying out other hair combs for another part for another movie. I have to look like a professor. So I'm trying to figure out how would a professor's hair look. I think it's slicked back flat to my head, long in the back. I'll let it grow long in the back for that film. I'm a character actor. I like being the character. I don't ever like looking the same in two movies. So I try very hard to always look different in every movie. In one movie, we're dyeing my hair brown. So I'm going to have brown hair, not white hair. It's fun. It's called acting. It's called make-believe. It's called becoming someone else. And there are times when I'm so sick of myself. You get bored with yourself. You get so full of yourself that you say, enough already, get lost. I want to go away. And you become a character in a motion picture. And that's called acting. So Jimmy, what's going on with you?
I want to just tell everybody, so because we do our little ads now, because I forgot to do them last week. So you
I'll
guys
shave while he talks.
You can listen to the Jimmy Star Show. You guys, we're on iHeartRadio, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, Pandora, Amazon Prime, and SoundCloud. We're on about 150 other ones, but these are the ones that everybody uses. So you can see us in all those podcasts. We're live every Wednesday from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific time, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time on W4CY Radio. And we have the greatest engineer on the planet, Roxy, and we love having her. And so we're so happy she's part of our team. And we love all you guys in the chat room. We're going to have a good time today with all of our guests. And what else? Weren't we going to say? Tell them something else? I forgot.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Our show goes to every country all over the world, obviously. If you have a computer, you can find us.
Right.
Now that we boycott Russia, are we no longer going to Russia?
No, we're still going there unless they're blocking it somehow.
Well, I'm going to send a message. Please, everyone in Russia, the populace, the people, throw your person out. You don't want war. If we have a nuclear war, we're all going to die on the planet. We don't want that. So please, if you Russian people can hear me,
they love us in Russia.
Go out in the streets and stop this guy from doing what he's doing. I mean, it's wrong. You cannot go into a country and take it over. It's just criminal. Anyway, folks, out in Russia, my heart goes out to you because I know that you're stuck in the middle. So to all the Russian people in Russia, God bless you and stay healthy and stay well and stay safe.
Same thing to the people in the Ukraine.
Well, the Ukraine, I can't say anything about. They're being killed, bombed, and destroyed, so I can't very well say stay safe.
Right. But
I
we're
mean,
sending
all I have to say
We're
to the
sending
people of the
prayers.
Yukon is I wish I could help you. I would. And if I could smuggle some of you out, I would. And I'm happy that you're all welcome to come to our country now as refugees, because you certainly are. And I will welcome every one of you that come here and try to help you to establish a residence or a lifestyle in our country. Sad that you have to leave your country. I would be devastated if I ever had to leave America, although I could live in Italy. I love the food, I love the beauty, I love the language, and I am Italian. So I'm really Italo-Americano. I can have two passports because my father was Italian. So if I had to leave America because it was being nuked, I would go to Italy with my children. I would probably bring Jimmy along too.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd have to think about it. As the bombs were bursting over our heads, I would have to say, Jim, you think you want to come to Italy with us? And as we were all getting on the airplane. But I would bring Jimmy along because I really love him. I just tease him to death. Hey, listen, I wouldn't have married him if I didn't love him, and I wouldn't be with him if I didn't love him. I mean, a cute guy like me gets around, right? Kimmy Bear bitch that you never let me talk dirty to you on the phone. Wait till I get you on our show. I'm going to crucify you.
Also, Hub Reynolds just joined us, so say hi
Hub,
to Hub.
hub, how's it swinging, baby? Are you making good music? You have to come on the show soon when you got a good hit record that you want to push that we could listen to. I was going to put one of your bracelets on again, like I mentioned last week. You sent me a size for some woman. I have a big wrist, big hands, big feet, big nose. You know what that means. But anyway, I have a big wrist, and those things don't fit. So what I did was I put Scotch tape from one end to the other to make them fit.
You gotta like.
But I will show them next week. So-
Kimberly says, "Oh shit, bring it on."
oh, well, wait till I get that bitch. Wait till I get her. She's gonna be so sorry. She's coming on our show. Wait. Oh, just wait.
And Hub, Hub,
Hub, you got a
he
new,
says we're looking dapper.
well, Hub, you got a new girl. I hope you have a new girl in your life. The other one was cute, but what happened? You never told me what happened. How come you were engaged and you broke up? Nobody really wants to hear about it, but we'd love to. I won't tell anybody
Just
anything.
4 million people.
No,
4 million
listen,
people.
nobody's really listening to our show. So,
Yeah,
Hub,
right.
Hub, now that you're in our, what is it called, chat room, tell us what happened to the blonde chick. I thought that was
we
it.
don't have enough time for
No,
that
you took a
anyway.
house together. You gave her a ring. You were screwing each other to death. It was love in bloom.
No, he says still single.
Still single. Hey, girls out there, did you ever see what Hub looks like? Very cute, very butch, like a bull, but he's a cowboy. So if any of you girls out there have a fantasy of having sex with a cowboy, contact Hub.
And from different things that he's told me, you guys would love him. All you women will love him.
Yeah, he's supposed to be hung and great in bed. So, ladies, call Hub.
Hub Reynolds, you guys. He's Hub Reynolds or Hub Reynolds Jr. on social media. You can
And he's
find
the
him
sweetest
everywhere.
guy in the world. He's one of our longtime good friends. We love Hub. He's a nice fella, and he's not homophobic. He's a good guy, and he's just a nice person. If you want to meet a really nice guy, ladies, contact Hub. Maybe one of you will connect. You never know.
Also, we want
And
to.
if you're a multimillionaire, even better, lady. If you got a lot of money, you can marry Hub. It's nice. Men like to marry women with money, just like women like to marry men with money.
They're all listening. Anyway, real quick, we want to also give a shout out.
Bring on that bitch
So
so I
on.
could torture her.
No, she's
Where
our
is
second
she?
guest. She's our
Oh,
second guest.
I gotta wait an hour before I
Yes.
grab her. Wait till I get her. I called her up and I said, "What are you
How
wearing?"
did you call her?
Jimmy, you always blow a joke.
Oh.
Why do you do that? You are so naive and stupid. Do you think I would call Kimmy Bear and talk that way? Now the joke is gone. I can't do the joke.
Okay, you can do
No,
it.
but I was going to do the joke. I called Kimmy Bear and I said, "What are you wearing?" "I'm naked and I'm laying here looking at a pole. Do you like to swing from a pole?" And she hung up. See, that was the joke, Jimmy, but he ruined it. So you know what? You can't do it. I'm
They
going.
say your hair is on point. Hang on, we just got one
My
because we
hair
got to
is
bring our
what?
guest on. We have to bring our guest on. So real quick, we want to wish you guys. Don Hinton's birthday is on the
Happy birthday,
18th.
Dawn Hinton.
on the 18th, which is Friday. So we want to wish her, since we'll miss it. We want to wish Don Hinton and everybody wish Don Hinton a very happy birthday, and hope that it's a great birthday for you and you have a
the
wonderful
best soda
day.
in the world, Fanta Orange. I'm addicted.
There you go. All right, we're gonna bring on our first guest. Let's see how we do. Hello. Hey, Patrick, how you doing?
How you doing, Jimmy? Ron?
Oh, we
Hey,
are
first guest, how
fantastic.
you doing?
All right, so
I'm in Ireland here, listening to you. So
There-
one part of the world is listening to you anyway.
We're a little nuts, but that's what everybody
Clear-
loves.
Clearly,
That's why we're number one, because people in this country love crazy people.
True-
That's why we voted for our president and a lot of other people we know, because we're crazy.
all right, so we're going to introduce you, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented actor and singer Patrick Bergen from Ireland. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, glad to be there.
We're
From
happy to have
Ireland.
you. Yes, Ireland.
Yes, we watched an adorable movie last night with Tyrone Power, and it's called The Luck of the Irish. Oh, you got to turn your phone off when you're on TV, honey.
Helen.
We don't do telephones on shows.
You don't know how to do it. Just
Does it
gotta do
ever
as well.
stop ringing?
Yes, it'll stop. That's funny. Live TV, everybody.
Anyway, the movie is called The Luck of the Irish. It's about a leprechaun and Tyrone Power with Jane Meadows and Ann Baxter and Cecil Holloway. He plays the leprechaun. And it's the most adorable thing. And if you're Irish, you're going to love it because they sing all Irish songs and they do the Irish jig. It's a truly lovely movie. It was done in, I think, 1947 or 48.
Which is
Oh,
cool.
our guest went away. Did I bore you?
No.
I was going to get some Shamrock and Leprechaun stuff for you.
Oh, okay. Good for you. But
Yay!
have you ever seen that movie, The Luck of the Irish?
I don't think I've seen it. No,
You should really see it. You will love it.
it reminds me
make
of
you-
Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
The what?
Say that
There
one
was a-
again.
A film called Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
I
The
don't know
Leprechaun is a
what
big-
that one is.
I don't know that one. But this is a
He's
big
interesting.
Tyrone Power movie. You know who Tyrone Power was.
What a great actor he was.
Yeah, and Baxter, of course, that was some headline guest. She was an Academy Award winner, Ann Baxter, for I believe for the Betty Davis film, All About Eve. Anyway, how are you?
I'm doing good. We're here, we're just surviving COVID, and I approve of what you were saying there about Russia and Ukraine. And Ireland is in 5,000, I think it's, or 6,000 refugees in Ireland just recently.
Oh, good for you. Good
You know,
for them.
it is the saddest thing that in this, we're not back in the dark ages. This is the space age. This is the age of technology. And we're still ignoramuses and we still kill people. Why do people want to kill people? And I think all those Russian soldiers, they should turn around and say, fuck you, I'm not killing anybody, and go back to Russia. I mean,
think you're right.
I would. I'd say I'm not driving a tank. How could those Russian soldiers, with all good conscience, kill children,
It's
blow
not-
up maternity hospitals, children's hospitals, and how could they sleep? So those Russian soldiers have to be just as evil as Putin. Anyway, enough of politics. I get in trouble.
Well, apropos your politics, I mean, I'm sure we'll get around to it. There's a song of mine that's out at the moment, written by Leonard Cohen, which
By who?
Leonard Cohen.
Oh, I thought you said Larry Cohen.
and it's called Anthem, and the proceeds from that is going to the fund for you.
Hang on.
Wait.
Can we play it?
We're
Jimmy?
gonna play.
Oh, we're
it.
going to play it. Good. Then let's go. I'm glad we're going to play it.
I was gonna play it a little bit later, but tell
Oh,
them
wait,
where the
and
funds
now-
are going.
wait,
We'll do
yeah,
it now.
The proceeds go to whom?
A charity called Trokra, who have representatives in the Ukraine, and that the money will go there.
Wonderful. Terrific.
I love it, and I think one thing I think is super cool that you're using your celebrity for good. I guess we can actually we can actually play this and come back and talk more about some other stuff. So you guys, the name of the song is Anthem, and it's written by Leonard Cohen with the Morning Star Singers, with Patrick singing with the Morning Star Singers, and he originally performed the song for the Pope when he visited Ireland in 2018
Wow.
for 80,000 people.
That's a biggie.
And so the name. So how about we do this then, Patrick? You actually give an introduction to the song, and then when you get done, Roxy, our engineer, will play it, and then we'll come back. It'll play, and everybody will hear it. Then we'll come back and we can talk. How's that?
That's great.
Okay.
Well, I hope your listeners are going to enjoy this song called Anthem, written by Leonard Cohen, and it's got a very apropos line in it where it says, "There is a crack in everything, and that's how the light gets in."
That's
how the
right.
light-
That's how the light gets. It's an old
love it.
saying, but a good one.
All right, everybody. This is Anthem by Patrick Bergen.
The birds they sang at break of day. Start again, I heard them say. Do not dwell on what has passed away, or what is yet to be. All the wars will be fought again. The holy dove, she will be caught again. For soul and body again. The dove is never free. Ring the bell that rings. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. We asked for signs, and signs were sent. The birth betrayed, the marriage spent, the widowhood of every government. Signs for all to see. I can run no more with that lawless crowd, while the killers in high places say their prayers out loud. They summoned up a thundercloud. They're gonna hear from me. The bells that ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. Add up the parts, you won't have the sum. You can strike up the march, there is no drum. Every heart to love will come, but as a refugee, the bells that ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in.
Yay! Congratulations!
Well, very spiritual, very uplifting, great message. You did an incredibly good job with it. You actually sang, which is interesting, and you did it well.
Thank you.
I liked it. I suggest everyone, please, even if you didn't like it, buy it.
For charity.
The money goes to help good people. I wish we had a charity to do something. You know, I don't get paid. I've been on this show for 14 years. I've never seen a nickel. My husband doesn't pay me. He thinks because he's married to me, I work like a slave for free. you know, in the kitchen, in the house, cleaning, cooking, doing this. I mean, I have a rotten life, but I'm
Yeah, right,
trapped.
It's a rotten life, Patrick.
I'm trapped. I'm trapped in this life. I can't get out because where am I going to go? You know, I have no money. I have nowhere to go. I have no car. I have nothing.
Right.
I have nothing. So I'll be out in the street.
The nice thing about you is you don't complain.
Yeah.
No, that's the good thing about me.
I love that. That was awesome.
I'm very content. All the opposite, folks. All the opposite of what I said. Now let's hear about you.
Hold on, I want to go back just one more time.
I want to get personal.
No, I want to go back one more time. One more time, everybody. The name of the song is Anthem. You can get it on all your digital download platforms. It's on Spotify. You can stream it. It's on the video just got put up recently, and it's on YouTube by Leonard Cohen with the Morning Star Singers, and it's for a great cause. So please download the single, and that way the money will go for Trocare to help the people in the Ukraine. All right, now you can go.
Okay. Besides being a big shot actor who's in everything, are you married?
No, I'm not married, but let me introduce you to Helen, who's here with me.
That's the girlfriend.
Yes, fiance.
Oh, I got to talk. I got to talk.
Fiance.
Oh, look, I've got. Hi,
listen,
everybody. I've got
listen.
a cold, an Irish cold.
Listen, Helen, listen to me, honey. Get paperwork done quick.
Paperwork.
This way, if he changes his mind, you can sue his ass off because you know a lot of these men today, they get a nice girl like you, they bullshit her into I love you, I adore you, I want you, and then they get tired and they dump you for some piece of ass with fake tits, and then you're out in the cold. So if I were you, I'd get paperwork done.
He's a stirrer. He's a shit stirrer.
I would get paperwork done, or I would marry him this weekend. I would marry him this weekend.
We're working on it, Ron. We're working.
No,
on it.
I want it to be. I don't want you to work on it.
You
I
get
wanna-
invited.
Yeah,
Listen, I want a
come.
date. I want a date right now. Ask him for a date so I could tell the world. We need a date. What day do you want to marry this lovely girl?
Well, our anniversary is the 4th of February, which is
They get married?
Okay.
Oh, that's too far away, February.
No, I would say about October in some
You
exotic.
know,
island.
he's no,
October 15th is our wedding anniversary and my birthday. So get married on
right,
my
and
birthday.
your
That'd be
gu- your-
good.
and your guys know spring chicken, so he better move his ass fast. You know, I'm 81. You know, I count every minute.
Let me have a closer look.
Well, you
I
look
don't-
great. You look
I
amazing.
don't count days. I count minutes. But anyway, listen.
You guys, Helen is
Wait,
wonderful,
wait,
by the way.
Helen. If he really does not marry you soon,
Yeah.
call me. I
I
have friends in Brooklyn, Italian
Oh,
friends.
I promise. I'll
You know,
call.
after they get through with him, nobody's going to want him.
I just finished working on a thing where I play one of those mob guys in Brooklyn.
There
Right?
you go.
Well, you know, all I got to do
John
is say,
Wick.
all I got to
John
say
Wick.
is he screwed Helen over, and you're going to get it.
Are you playing a Brooklyn guy in
Thanks,
John
Ron.
Wick?
She has her own friends in Brooklyn.
I've
Trust
got
me.
friends, friends there too.
Who's the guy? you
Where,
used to-
Helen, where are you from, Helen?
Oh, I'm from Ireland.
Oh, Ireland. Where in
County
Ireland?
Cork, County Cork. Actually, we're making a movie on my ancestors very soon.
Oh, very good. We'll watch
tell
it.
you
You guys are in Dublin, though,
very,
right?
very interesting. It's Lady Mountcashel, and she used to hang out with Shelley and Byron, Lord
Oh,
Byron.
cool.
Can you make a
she's-
good Irish
First
stew,
woman ever
Helen?
in Ireland to get a divorce
Under English law.
under
Well,
English
wait,
law.
Helen, can
Oh,
you
cool.
can you make a good Irish stew?
Oh, a great Irish stew.
See, marry
just
her
made-
because
I
I
just
had
made
one
nobody
it.
last
cooks.
night.
We had it last night.
Because no one cooks anymore, so marry her.
Oh no, I cook all the time.
Yeah, I do also because Jimmy doesn't know his ass from his elbow. He once thought the kitchen was a toilet. I caught him peeing in the sink. Not really, it's a joke.
Is
So-
that a tribute to the smell of your cooking?
No.
I'm Italian.
Actually, he's Italian.
I'm
He cooks great.
I'm Italian, so I cook Italian kitchen. I don't.
Oh, I love Italian.
I
food.
don't know American food. You know, roast beef to me is boring.
Oh yeah.
I don't care for American
Our
food.
favorite restaurant in Dublin is the Trocadero, which is Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there
I
you
like
go.
puttanesca. I like
Italian-
puttanesca, Ron.
Puttanesca is excellent.
Love I make
Does-
puttanesca all the time.
I make it also, but you know, I have a nephew who was very young, and he said to me, Uncle Ronnie, what does puttanesca mean? And his mother and father are sitting at the table. I said, well, the Whoas years ago, when they had 15 minutes to eat, they designed. So the mother and father looked at me. They thought I was demented and telling this child something that wasn't true. but it is true. The puttanesca is puttana esca.
Absolutely.
The prostitutes of Italy had 15 minutes to eat, and they designed this pasta, which is a very quick, incredible olive tomato pasta. And it's delicious. But that's where puttanesca came from.
I know. It's
Oh,
lovely.
you knew
Well,
the history. See that?
Well,
Good for you.
buonasera, buonasera.
Buonasera is good night. Yeah, buonasera. and Erin Gobra for you, Erin Gobralis.
Oh, well done.
Oh, there you go.
Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Oh, happy St. Patrick's Day. Because you're
Right.
going to hit it before we do.
Right. I
You only got
I
a couple
often-
hours left to go.
I
No,
played
you-
St. Patrick once in a movie, and I think they may be showing it at various places tomorrow. You were talking about something spiritual there, Ron.
Yes, the song
me-
is very. I
let me-
found it to be very spiritual.
Let me introduce you to something that you may not have heard of before. It was when St. Patrick came to Ireland. He converted the pagan king to Christianity. But the thing he was trying to teach him was the third part of the Trinity, about the Spirit. And in order to convert him, he did a kind of a yoga exercise with the king. And if you do it and follow it, you'll understand what I'm saying. So he used to say, "This is Patrick's, and it's called St. Patrick's breastplate, and it's something that you put on every morning." And it goes, "Spirit before you, Spirit behind you, Spirit within you, Spirit on your right, Spirit on your left, Spirit above you, Spirit below you, Spirit where you kneel, Spirit where you sit, and Spirit where you lie, and Spirit where you arise. And you arise today through the mighty Spirit, the invocation of the Trinity, through belief in the threeness, and confession of the oneness of creation, all in a little shamrock."
That is so nice. That is very relaxing and very nice. Where did you get that from?
Well, when I played St. Patrick, this is funny, really. When I played St. Patrick, there was a scene in it where I blessed some children as Patrick.
And that's the bless.
And there was no dialogue written in it. And I went to the director and I says, "John," I said, "do you think I could perhaps say one piece of St. Patrick's prayer while I'm blessing the children?" He said, he was an American director, and he said, "Oh, how does it go, Patrick?" And in its original, it goes, "Christ before me, Christ behind me, Christ." He said, "Stop right there, Patrick. That's too many Christs. We'll never get it on American television."
Actually, let's tell everybody the movie, you guys. The movie's called St. Patrick, the Irish Legend. Stars Patrick Bergin, Malcolm McDowell, and Susanna York, and it'll be available
my
out.
mother.
Everybody should check it out. She plays your mother.
Is Malcolm McDowell Irish? Is he Irish, Malcolm McDowell, or English?
No, he's English.
Yeah,
he's English. All right. I wasn't sure. He's one of my favorite actors.
I love Malcolm. He was on our show before Ron was on the show. He was
Yeah.
on our show.
I like his work. I like his work.
So I want to talk a little bit about a couple of things, and the first thing I want to talk about, because this is why it's probably what you're. Well, I don't know if it's what you're most well known for, but because Julia Roberts is like my favorite actress. Sleeping with the Enemy is one of my favorite of her movies. It's my second favorite movie of all her movies. My first one is Pretty Woman. My second one is Sleeping with the Enemy. And you're the terrible badass guy who's the husband, and you're magnificent in it. And then I was reading more about your biography because you were on EastEnders, which we don't have that here, but I know in England.
Oh, I've seen EastEnders.
I know that's a huge deal in Europe, and they say that you're the villain, Aidan McGuire, in that too. So my first question is, how do you like?
He is, and he's great. I've watched EastEnders here.
I don't know how you watched it.
It's on a special network. It's called the British Channel. If you get the British Channel.
Anyway, hold on. Let me go back to my question.
Isn't that EastEnders with what's her name? Not Plowright, the other one who I love. Dench. Is Dench in that?
No.
Judy Dench.
It's a soap opera.
She's good in everything she's in, but she's not in EastEnders.
But I know the EastEnders. Why do I know it?
I don't know, because we've had several people that are on it.
No,
on our
I've
show.
seen it.
Anyway,
you know what? Because I remember I couldn't understand half of them. They speak such Cockney.
Well, what might?
Yeah, like I didn't understand whatever you just said.
Yeah, no, they spoke Cockney, and I don't understand. You know?
So wait, I want to go back though. So my first question is like, because in a way, in a lot of movies, you're a little bit typecast once in a while. You really play like evil well. Like so how was that doing Sleeping with the Enemy? How was it working with Julia Roberts? Those are my two first questions.
Well, my first answer would be that I've always considered that sort of B movies and horror movies were very good, but I always believe that the better the villain, the better the movie.
Absolutely.
So I put a lot of energy into being the villain because I'm such a nice guy in real life, of course. But
Yes.
it was, in being the villain in Sleeping with the Enemy was a real treat because I got to work with some wonderful director, Joe Rubin, and Julia Roberts, the most beautiful woman in the world and famous woman at the time. And
She was
so I
nice to
was-
you. She was
but
nice to you.
it's very important to be hated in a movie. And
Was Julia nice to you on the set?
oh, absolutely, she was wonderful.
Because
She
not
was
too many
wonderful
people
girl.
like it. They all say she's not nice.
She was very, very nice. But we had an interesting way of rehearsing. We would go into a room and we would sit for 15, 20, half an hour and say, let us not talk to each other. And a lot of tension built up.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
but in order to be hated, it's very funny. The director, Joe Rubin, came to me one day and towards the end of the shooting. And then they finish the shooting and then they do a test run to see how people react. And they said, Patrick, he said, we have enough money in the budget that if you're not hated enough in this movie, we have enough money in the budget to bring you back and have you smother the mother.
Oh shit.
Right? No, I always
Mother the mother.
That's hilarious.
no, but I always played the bad guy. I'm always the mafia killer, whatever I am. Always a tough guy. I once tried to play I played nice once, and it came off rough. So I guess either you are or you aren't. So you're not naturally good bad guy, right?
Yeah, I normally play sort of the
It's easy to do. It's easy for you to do that.
well, I
kind of-
played Casanova. I played Frankenstein.
Oh
I
wow!
played Dracula. I
Wow.
played, yeah. I played a
So you-
Russian president.
Oh, that's really evil. But anyway,
Yeah. In fact, it was leading up to this character because it was Icon. It was in the 90s. And
well, you're a very well known actor. You're terrific. I'd love to work with you one day. It'd be
that's
fun.
finding you. Yeah.
We could play brothers. I could be the older brother.
There's Robin Hood. He was sort of a bad guy.
Yeah.
He was a thief.
There you are.
Oh, I love
William
Robin Hood.
Thurman, yeah.
So let me do a little bragging. So some of the people you guys that Patrick has had the opportunity to work with, and there's so many of them, but like I just wrote down some of them because I picked out all the people that everybody like knows. So Patrick's work besides Malcolm McDowell and Susanna York, and Julia Roberts, which I would have probably brought up again, Virginia Madsen, Gabrielle Anwar, Michael York, Patrick Swayze, Jeff Fahey, Uma Thurman, Christy Swanson. I bring her up just because she's been on our show. Harrison Ford, Ann Archer, Sean Bean, Thora Birch, Samuel Jackson, James Earl Jones, Jennifer Tilly, Kelly Preston, Ashley Judd, Ewan McGregor, Jason Priestley. I just bring that up because I love Beverly Hills
Glenn
90210. Huh?
Glenn
Glenn Close.
Close.
I haven't gotten it all. Hang on. Adrian Paul's been on our show. Craig Sheffer, Tia Carrere, Cameron Diaz, Camilla Bell, Blythe Danner, Jordana Brewster, Jennifer Rubin's been on our show. Anne Hathaway, Hugh Dancy, Yancey Butler, Tara Reid. Just did a movie with Tara Reid. So you've worked with everybody. Who's somebody that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
That's a very, very good question. Helen, help me out. People like you.
Well, you've worked
A girl and a guy.
Well,
A
you've
girl
worked-
and a guy.
You've worked practically with everybody, so that doesn't leave much left, does it?
My favorite guy to work with was Jack Palance.
Oh, wow.
Jack Palance,
Yeah,
yes.
Jack Palance. Yeah.
I remember Jack Palance. I met him one
Let's
time
work with a guy called Jason.
right before he passed away. What a strange looking man. I thought he was a skeleton. He looked like a skeleton with skin. He was spooky looking in person, but very charming and very nice. I was a
I did a
kid.
movie. I did a movie for. I did the very last Twilight Zone, written by Rod Serling,
with him.
with him, and he played a guy in the bed. And the reason he was in the bed was because he discovered the secret of eternal youth,
Right.
and the people in the village had cut his legs off so he wouldn't leave town.
I
And,
remember that one. I
it was,
remember
it was
that
quite
one.
amazing. He just come off City Slickers when he was doing it, and
Yeah.
he had his script either side of the camera, and he did his Jack Palance look. But then
I think
following
think-
year, I was working in the Isle of Man. I was doing the Treasure Island, and he was
I-
playing Long John Silver.
Oh wow.
I met him when he was with
I said,
Shelley.
I said, hello, Jack. He says, who the are you? I said,
He
don't you
didn't-
remember me? I worked with you when you had no legs, and now you've only got one leg.
That's like fun. So wait, who did you? What were you going to say about Jack
No,
Palance?
I knew him when I knew him. I met him when he was with Shelley Winters because I was friends with Shelley for always.
Oh, so
Did you ever
Ron-
know Shelley Winters?
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I never worked with her.
She was quite an actress.
Ron used to
I
have a
wouldn't mind
TV
working
show.
with Jimmy Star.
There you go. You're going to work with Jimmy Starr. I've got you on my list of actors. And Ron used to have a show before I met him, and it was called Set the Record Straight, where he interviewed all the legends of Hollywood. He was best friends with Jane Russell, and he interviewed like Tab
Wow.
Hunter and
Everybody that was, I call the old bags of Hollywood. They're all gone now. But I'm 81. I'm still in there. But the only one that's left is Ann Blythe. She's 94 or 96. And who else? All my contemporaries are up to almost 100, some of them. And it's amazing how the lives that they live, smoking and drinking, that they've reached 100.
who's the lady that
Who?
that's going to play the grandmother in the film?
Oh, Ruta Lee.
Do you know who Ruta Lee is? Like we just had
I
her on our
don't.
show not too
Okay,
long
yeah.
Yeah,
ago.
Ruta was a big TV actress. Yeah, but I know everybody from Hollywood. You know, my mother was Jenny Gabriel, silent movie actress, so I was raised in Hollywood. My father was a set designer, and of course, I know. I met Gloria Swanson. I was 9 years old. What
Wow.
9-year-old kid meets Gloria Swanson?
I
Only
met
in Ho-
Muhammad
only in
Ali and Mick
Hollywood.
Jagger.
Mick Jagger's a good one. Muhammad Ali, I met him too, actually. when I
Never
was in
met them. I've met the.
I'll tell you a
old,
funny story about Mick Jagger, shall I?
Okay.
It was the day before the Oscars. They have the Independent Spirit Awards. They
Yes.
used to hold them down in Santa Monica, and there was a big party in the hills that night, and I was invited along, and everybody was there. Johnny Depp was there, all sorts of people, and Jack Nicholson was there. He said I should have been nominated for an Oscar for Mountains of the Moon, but that's another story. Anyway, I out at the pool was an actress called Kirsty Swanson,
Yes.
and she was the first Buffy the Vampire Killer.
She's been on our show.
Oh wow, she's great. Say hi to her if you ever talk to her again.
Yes.
Anyway, I went straight out to her, and I was chatting with her at the pool. When out of the corner of my eye, I saw Mick Jagger come out, and he made a beeline straight to me. And he said, "Who are you? And what do you do?"
That's my line.
And I said, I hesitated. My name is Patrick Bergen. I'm an actor. And he turned around and walked away. He was barely gone 4 yards when I said, "Mick, but I might owe you some money." He stopped on the dime, came up to me, and he said, "How do you make that out?" I said, "Because before I was an actor, I used to busk on the streets all over the world. I was busking outside the Pompidou Center, and I made a lot of money out of honky tonk woman. Do people like us owe you money?"
That's hilarious.
He says, "I'm going to look into that."
That's hilarious.
I bet he did too.
I bet he did too. Yeah, he's notorious influence.
So go back now. Tell us who's somebody that you haven't worked with that you think you would like to work with, a male and a female. Have Helen help you.
Good question. Give me another minute.
Okay, while you're thinking about that, then the other question I like to ask famous actors is if you could have ever been in any movie ever made, what movie would you have liked to have been in?
I think I'd like to have done a Bond.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
James
Yeah.
Bond?
Now, would you want to be James Bond or did you want to be one of the bad guys?
No, I think I would have been most suited to James Bond, slightly wicked James Bond, which I'm hoping to do in a film called Cold Sun that should be shot this year.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
That would-
you'll be-
film called Nutcracker, where I play a character who creates nutcrackers to go around killing people.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, I like that. Do you like horror movies?
Oh, I love them.
Oh, good. That's
My
what's your-
favorite movies are horror movies.
What's your
My
favorite horror
my
movie?
favorite movie of all time was a film called The Fiend That Walks the West.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know that one.
The Fiend that Robert Evans was in it.
Is that a horror movie?
And Hugh O'Brien. It was virtually a horror movie because of the way the performance of Robert Evans in that movie inspired me even for Sleeping with the Enemy.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
Okay.
you know, I'm in 6 movies. I do horror movies. I'm in 6 coming up. Maybe you'd like to be in 1 or 2 of them.
I really would.
Let's talk about it afterwards. Jimmy is.
I will.
Jimmy's producing some of them, but I'm with other people who are producing. But I think they could use you absolutely because I don't want to be the only gray-haired person they hire. You know, I played father, grandfather, soon to be great-grandfather.
I think that's hilarious. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so go back. Actor and actress.
Okay, Helen, who's the actress we were hoping to get?
Oh, Colin Farrell, you would like, didn't you?
Oh,
No.
Colin Farrell would be a good one.
Yeah, I could do a film with Colin Farrell. He's a good mate.
You could actually probably like play his father.
Yeah, and he's
Right,
Irish.
yeah.
So he has
He
an
used to
Irish.
hang out in a couple of the bars in Dublin. All right. Lily's
Oh,
Bar-
that's cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, and give us an actress.
Maureen O'Hara.
I met
Maureen
Maureen
O'Hara.
O'Hara. I'd love to have worked with Maureen O'Hara.
Well, she's passed away. My mother was her double. My mother looked just like Maureen O'Hara. It was amazing.
She was very fond. She was very close to me. She was.
I
Very,
heard from a lot of people that knew her that she was delicious and delightful. She was just an enchantress. She was very sweet. I mean, the compliments that I heard about Maureen O'Hara were really supreme. Lovely lady.
The other Irish actress I'd like to work with is Saoirse Ronan.
Oh yeah, I don't ever know how to pronounce her name, so I'm glad you. But she's like
Saoirse Ronan.
she's a huge talent.
And I've got a project I'm going to try and approach her with sometime soon.
I think that would be like. So how do you pronounce her name?
Saoirse.
Okay.
Now, do you find working exhausting?
No, I find it invigorating actually. I like.
How many hours a day do you put in
I
from
was
door to door?
well. I mean, when I was working on EastEnders, it was a 9 to 5er.
Right.
9 to 5 job. But with the movies, the last couple of movies I was on, a day would be, you know, well, when you rise about 6:30 in the morning until you get home about 8 o'clock at night. It was hectic going. That was
I
in
find them
Budapest. I
They're
was doing
exhausting.
a prequel to the John Wick series.
That's a big deal, by the way, that you're in the prequel to the John Wick movie. Are you in it a pretty lot?
No, just a cameo, playing a mob sort of character, rich multimillionaire.
That's like one of the biggest series out now, though. So that's
Yeah.
like a really big one. So you guys used you used to live here, or you have lived in the States before, right?
I used to live just behind the Four Seasons there in Beverly Hills, on the border of Beverly Hills and Hollywood,
Right.
and Los Angeles.
And what made you come
On
back to Ireland?
Weatherly Drive. I used to drink in Dan Tana's.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's my
Dan
local.
Tanner's, I remember that. That was big in
That was
the
my local, yeah.
60s. In the 60s.
I think it's still even going.
It's still there, but it used to be huge. Dan Tanner's was the place in the late
I met Clint
1960s.
Eastwood there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Actually, I have. Okay, so I
And the
have.
Whiskey a Go-Go right up the road.
that's right. Yeah.
So I have. I have all the people in the chat room, and they want to hear you say something. Can if I tell it to you, can you say it?
What is it?
Oh, I know. I know what it is. I can't live without you, and I won't let you live without me.
Well, funny enough, that was my line, and I wrote that line for the movie.
Oh, okay.
The end scene of the movie had so much dialogue in it, and I told Joe, I said, look, I just can't keep up the intensity for that length of time. So he said, well, what would you say? And I said, well, I'd say, I can't live without you, and I won't let you live without me.
Yeah.
Yay!
There you go, girls.
One of the girls in the chat room literally wrote, "My head's gonna explode." You have to get him to say this.
but honey, he's taken. He's got it, Helen. So get over it.
That's okay. Okay, so if let's say you were when you were like doing movies in the past, if you could have had a love interest, did you have a specific person that you think would be great to have like a love interest? Obviously, it's just in a movie, so it has nothing to do with any current relationship. But just who would you think would have been fun to, if you were gonna like, have a love interest? Who would you'd like to have been a love
Raquel
interest?
Welch.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh God.
I invited her on the show. She was like,
She
I'd
is-
never come on that
she-
show.
She said, I will never do your show. Raquel Welch, I have encountered, without names, of course, introducing names, but I've seen her in action. I think it was the Bistro Gardens once. What she did to a waiter was just sinful. She is not a nice girl. She's very rude.
She's
Very
gorgeous,
uppity.
though. So for a love
No,
interest,
she's
it'd
not
be
so
good.
gorgeous anymore. Now she looks like Mae West.
Wait,
I'd like to work with Mae West.
oh, yes.
Yeah, right. Mae West was wonderful. My friend Blackwell, Mr. Blackwell, was best friends with her, and he would tell me stories all the time about Mae West, how incredible she was. If she was going out in a white gown, she had a white limo. If she wore a black gown, she had a black limo. This woman just did Hollywood to the nth. I mean, there was nothing about Hollywood that she didn't master. She was the star of stars, Mae West. For those of you out there who don't know who she is, look her up. You'll enjoy her.
Audrey Hepburn was very beautiful.
Oh, Audrey Hepburn. Now you're talking style and class. You know, Mr. Blackwell knew her also. And I said, what was Audrey like? He said, the same as on the screen in person. He also knew Grace Kelly, who I was crazy about as a kid. And he said, Grace Kelly was wild. She was far from the lady you thought she was. Yeah, she was very, very wild and fun. Not a sedate lady to become a princess of Monaco. But yeah, those Mr. Black, you know, Mr. Blackwell was the worst 10 dress list.
No.
Oh, Mr. Blackwell, Richard, was very famous in our town. He critiqued all the Hollywood Oscars and what the women wore. He was a gown designer, very famous one. And he knew everybody. Everybody in Hollywood was terrified of him. If they knew he was going to be at a party, all the women changed 10 times before they went because they were worried what Mr. Blackwell would say about what they were wearing. He'd come to my house in Palm Springs. He called me up. He said, anybody going to be there? I said, no, just us. He wore sneakers, dungarees, and a T-shirt with a beard and sunglasses. No one ever saw Mr. Blackwell that way. In public, he was a dapper Dan, you know, always dressed to the hilt. But anyway, he's gone. Another one I love very much, a good friend.
So you're working a lot now. I know you just did a movie, Cold Sun, with Tara Reid. You have a bunch of movies that one of the movies that I've never seen, but I'm gonna see, is Shark Week because I like those shark horror movies.
I do also.
Yeah.
I like them
And
also.
Yancey Butler's been on our show, so I want to. I'm gonna like look that one actually up because I went through your whole like resume. How was working on Patriot Games because that's another huge hit that you
That
had.
it was great fun. But let me Shark Week was very interesting as well. We shot that out in the Philippines out that way. And it was the time I realized I'd have to stop being as evil as I can possibly be. Because I used to where I lived in England, there was a second-hand shop, junk shop next door. And by coincidence, the day before I was going out, fly out to do the movie, I found a shark's tooth in the second-hand shop. And there was a scene in the film with the actress, and which I was supposed to be quite angry, and I was quite angry. And then at the end of it, I improvised, and I said, "If you don't do X, Y, and Z," he said, "I'm going to stick this thing through your head."
And you did.
And it was unscripted. And she freaked.
Sure she did. Sure
But
she did.
the director kept the shot.
Are you the bad guy in Shark Week too?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna like find that one.
Yeah,
and
you know,
watch that
Jimmy,
one.
once you do a great job as a character, not studios anymore, but producers tend to see you only that way. It's very hard to break out of something that you've become so great at. And obviously, you really terrorize people, and you're good for a film because that's what the films are all about. You know, we love to hate you, that kind of film.
That's it. Yeah.
We love to
Ford
hate
was,
you.
Harrison Ford was great to work with as well. Such a
Yeah.
gem. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
love
think
it.
I'd like to see you portray a kind father or something sweet. I don't think I
Well,
would.
there's a film out at the moment which is called Finding You, and it's a wonderful little film. And I'd advise you to see it. It's very charming, and it shows a side of me that you won't see in any other films. And I play an old street singer, fiddle player,
Oh, that's fun.
with a young girl coming from America to Ireland, It's charming. It was on. It did get some release. There you go.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, I love those little feel-good movies.
I'd advise you to see this one. It really is very special.
Yeah,
And
well, I'll watch it.
they use some of my music in it as well. I've written music for a couple of movies that I've been in. So
Very
I
good.
thought music is a big part of my life as well.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, Finding You, very good title also. It's a feel-good movie, right?
Also-
It really is a very, very charming, feel-good movie.
We
Good.
should tell everybody too.
we need
'cause-
more of those today. We have too many dark, gray, unhappy, sad people movies.
There you go.
You know, and
Every-
with,
It
co-
really
with
is.
co- with COVID and the war, we need feel-good, happy movies.
Well, this is one. Finding You.
You know, during the Second World War, there were more comedy movies made than ever in the history of Hollywood, simply because people were so unhappy about losing a son or a daughter or somebody in the war that when they went to the movies, they wanted to feel good and laugh for a change. And I think that might start to happen now in Hollywood with all that's going on in our world. I think Hollywood now is going to start to do more feel-good movies, like Looking for You. Was it Looking
Finding
for You?
You.
Finding
Finding
You.
You.
Right. I think that's I'm going to watch
Thank
it.
you.
I love feel-good
You
movies.
have to watch it.
Huh?
Next time we talk, you can give me.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not
Absolutely.
bullshitting you. I'll watch it because I don't like. Jimmy loves to put on all those dark murder, killing. I said, Jimmy, I don't want to watch that. I want a feel good movie. We watched one the other night. It was wonderful. Like I said
Vanessa,
to you,
Vanessa Redgrave is in it, for example. She's a nice. She was.
Who?
I worked with her twice. Vanessa Redgrave.
oh, I worship and adore Vanessa Redgrave. You worked
Yeah,
with
she's
her?
in- I've worked with her twice in Finding
Oh,
You.
wait,
and
wait,
in-
wait,
She's
wait.
in
Stop.
Finding You. She's in
Stop.
Finding You.
Oh, I'm definitely going to watch it now. Stop. Don't go any further.
Okay,
Tell me she is absolutely the most charming, wonderful, delicious woman in the world.
she is.
I love her beyond belief. I have never missed a Redgrave performance. She is to me that voice, the way she moves, her gestures, her acting ability. She makes the screen come alive. God, how I love her. I loved her the most when she played, what's it called, Judith, the movie about the Russian. Oh, it's a harmonica.
I don't even know how you learn how to play. That's a harmonica, right?
You love Vanessa.
Okay.
How do you even like? How do you learn how to play a harmonica? Like, I don't even know how.
I used to play a harmonica when I was a kid. It was a wax harmonica. You bought it in the candy store.
Oh yeah, right.
No, seriously, it made music. I used to play Yankee Doodle Dandy.
How many instruments do you play?
I play the harmonica and I play a bit of guitar and I can mandolin and very bad on the fiddle.
Very bad on the fiddle. And you have a bunch of albums out because you showed me one yesterday when we did a test. You have a new album.
Yeah. Where is that? Darren? Oh, here we go.
Up, go back some. Go back. Hold it more
Back it
close to
up.
you. There you go.
Go a little more, go back a little more.
There you go. That's good. And so where do
There we
people
go.
where do people go to get that?
If they go to Spotify, they can get any of the songs that are on that as well.
Okay, perfect.
What's your weather like in Ireland now?
Say again?
What is your weather like in Ireland?
It's been very changeable, very wet, but they're predicting a very bright sunny day tomorrow for St. Patrick's Day, which is great because it'll be a big parade. Everybody will be out celebrating St. Patrick and being Irish, and they'll
Now,
all be waving these type of flags.
Yes.
Now,
perfect.
didn't St. Patrick get all the snakes out of Ireland?
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that story when I was a kid in history. We got it in history lesson. Yeah, St. Patrick's played a fiddle or something, and the snakes followed him out of Ireland. Is that how he did
I
it?
think that was an ad for Guinness.
It was a what?
That was an ad for Guinness.
Meanwhile, I love Guinness. Oh my God! When I was in England, that's all I did. I went to every pub. My friend James. I was a guest at his beautiful home. What a home he had, and I said I want to go to the oldest pub in this town, and I was in the town of Lancashire, Lancashire, I believe it was. Yeah, and he took me to one that was from the Three Musketeers era, and
Wow.
my hair was scraping on the ceiling. That's how small the people were. And the bartender said, "I've got beer here that you Yankee never have ever had." And he gave me this beer. Oh my God, it was like syrup. It was so delicious. Well, after one glass, I didn't know where I was, who I was, or what I was doing. It was.
Great.
I would only go back to Lancashire just so I could have that beer again and see my friend.
I love it. So
I've never been to Ireland, but I'd like to. I've been to
Oh, you'd be
Scotland.
very welcome, Ron.
Yeah, I've
You-
been to. I've been to. I have friends in Glasgow, Scotland. I've seen, but Ireland, I've never been to.
I went to the Waterford factory.
You've been to Ireland, yeah,
Yeah.
the Waterford factory. Yeah, Ireland is a very beautiful country. A
Yeah,
very
it
good.
is.
I've
It's
seen
stunning.
film of it. You know that film with John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. Remember that
Quiet
film?
man.
Quiet Man, filmed in Ireland, so you could get a pretty good visual on what it was like back then. I can imagine now it must be a metropolitan city.
As I said, I met Maureen O'Hara. She said I had some of the qualities of John Wayne, which was very flattering.
That's
Yeah,
that's a
absolutely.
nice
That's a
compliment.
nice compliment.
John Wayne was quite an American hero. Quite.
Absolutely. So, so you guys listen, you can follow Patrick. He's on Instagram. It's Patrick Bergin Official. To spell it, it's PatrickBergin official. Follow him on Instagram. He posts a lot of stuff up on there. Are you on Twitter or any of the other social platforms, or is it primarily Instagram?
No, I'm on them all.
Not Twitter.
Not Twitter though.
Instagram
Okay.
and
Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, so he's on Instagram and Facebook, you guys. The name of the song that he just released is Anthem, written by Leonard Cohen. Please download it, stream it, whatever.
And
so
the money goes
proceeds
to a
go
charity.
go to Trocare. And and your other album you just showed us, it's just called Patrick Bergin, right?
That's it.
And you guys can stream that one. I'm sure it's on iTunes and stuff too, right?
Absolutely. You'll get it on the songs on Spotify to go to.
There you go. So get all those different things, you guys. Let's see. We got like 2 minutes. What do we want to know?
Oh, will you ever be coming back to the States for any great length of time?
Hopefully very soon.
Good, because
I've
if we,
got a couple of projects that we're going to do to take us through the summer, but hopefully by the fall.
good
Perfect.
because if you get into one of our movies, we can't afford to fly you in.
We need you to be here.
We
No,
need you. We need you to be here.
Oh dear.
no,
know,
not all of them.
No, budgets today with this war, the money is tightening up. The investors are so afraid of investing. You know, we had COVID before, which destroyed our business. Now we've got the war, which is
You ever
really
make films in Europe or Canada or anywhere like that?
We have Canada. I'm actually working on one that
Right.
we're probably going to shoot in Canada, but no, I have not made a film in Europe.
right.
I
I would
did a
love
lot
to
of
make
films
a
in
film.
Canada. I like working in Canada. So
Yeah, Canada's nice, and we're working actually. A lot of the films we're working on are going to get shot in Tennessee or Atlanta
Right.
because
with-
the tax credits are really
I
good
did a
there.
thing with called Love Crimes. in,
Yes,
with Sean Young, and we shot it in Atlanta.
Sean Young.
we actually met Sean Young.
Yeah,
We went to a movie screening of
Yeah.
for John James, and Sean Young was in the movie, so she showed up.
Oh,
and
I was
and she was
bullshitting.
nice.
I was bullshitting with her for like an hour and a
She's
half.
very nice.
We had a great time together. We couldn't stop talking. Yeah, Sean Young, very pretty still. You know, still a pretty girl.
Great.
Yeah, she's fabulous.
Very nice, very sweet,
So
very, very interesting.
So Helen, come back on for a second. She's still there.
She is.
Hey Helen, I hope that your cold gets better, and I hope you feel better, and I hope you guys have a wonderful wedding. And when you come to the States, let us know.
definitely
wanna-
will.
We want to thank you for coming on the show and being a great guest. Congratulations on a wonderful
And-
career.
And Helen,
Yeah.
wear white.
Okay.
Wear white.
I will. I was thinking maybe red.
And
No?
then send pictures to my Facebook, and I'll post it, and I'll say
Red underwear, white outside red underwear.
No,
Yeah, white dress and red.
no, crotchless panties and a white dress.
Oh my God.
So you guys,
This is
thank
Ireland.
you so much.
This is Ireland.
Yeah, and Helen, thank you so much for facilitating all of this. Patrick, you guys have been wonderful. Congratulations on
guests.
everything, and
Thank
thank
you.
you so much. We'll
And
see you
Patrick,
soon.
I hope to see
Happy
you in the
Patrick's
States.
Day.
Happy
Oh yes,
Patrick's
happy
Day.
St. Patrick's Day to you guys
Happy
too.
St.
Good
and
before
Aaron
you
go,
start
Aaron
doing
go,
it.
bra.
And Aaron Go
Oh,
Bra.
Aaron go,
go.
bra.
Bye, you guys.
Bye now.
Yay!
What
a
nice guest.
What a great guest.
What a, and he's a very, very VIP actor. He's been in so many things over the years, and he changes. You know, even though he plays evil, he never plays the same looking evil. He plays always a different looking evil person.
So we're gonna do a quick music break and then bring on our next guest. We're gonna play Danity Kane, "Ride for You," and I love this song. It's a really old song, but I think you guys will like it. And Danity Kane's like one of my favorite girl bands. And so let's see how that goes. So here's Danity Kane, "Ride for You." Enjoy.
Trying to fight whatever's pulling us under. It's got a hold and really making me wonder what it takes to get through. I gotta stick with you, my baby. Baby, tell me, maybe I'm foolishly overreacting. Being without you, I can't imagine. It's just too close to the heart, and I won't stand it if we're broken apart. Oh, no. It's so hard for you to move ahead. Just know that I'm by your side. There ain't no if, buts, or maybes. I'm gonna stay down and ride for you, baby. Cutting it close with the backwards and forwards. The spark in the boat. We gotta get control of it. Let's take it back to 3 years ago, when you said that we could make it through whatever, ever. And to me it sounded like it meant forever, ever. Leaving was not an option, baby, never, never. Now don't you believe in the love that's worth the fight? You is everything that I'm missing. So give us a chance. No, everything that makes us win, baby. Don't you throw in the towel. I promise to you, I got your back. Oh, when the chips are down, yeah. Seems like it's so hard for you to move with nobody else. Just know that I'm so I'm gonna stay down and ride for you, baby. Yeah. Don't you dare tell me we gotta let it go. We've been on top for too long just to let it go undone. I don't wanna hear that, I just can't hear that. No, wherever you wanna take me, I'll go. I've been with you for too long to start over with another. I know that you hear me, just tell me you hear.
Yay! So that was Danity Kane. They're like were one of my favorite girl groups before they broke up, and they were from making the band or whatever. It was freaking like awesome. So we want to bring on our next guest. Hey, say something.
Something.
Okay, perfect. We want to make sure we can
she's
hear
a
you.
snotty bitch also.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented and beautiful Kimberly Boynton. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. How are you? Oh, Ron, come on. I love you.
Well, just because you're beautiful, just don't think you can get away with murder here. You know, don't start strutting your shit around here, honey bun.
Look, I was trying to tell you what I was wearing this morning, and then you got all hot and bothered. So I thought, oh, you know what?
No, I wanted to
So
know.
I had to hang up.
Listen, you hung up on when I asked, "Are your nipples hard?" Then you hung up.
Well, yeah.
Meanwhile, this is all kidding around. I love my Kimmy Bear. She's a new friend, and you know how I met her? I walked into this event we went to, and there's this beautiful woman there with the most beautiful eyelashes on, and she's blinking the eyelashes, and I thought, how 1945, movie star looking. And I couldn't resist it. And I said to her, you have the most beautiful eyes, and those eyelashes are absolutely incredible. And from that, we based a friendship. Do you have them on now? Yeah, she has them on now. I mean, she's got the most beautiful eyes. You got to see them in person. I don't know if you could see them on camera. She's also a very beautiful girl and a very, very beautiful person. So whatever I do, I tease and kid around. Yeah. But anyway,
so you guys,
Kimmy Bear's a buddy.
So Kimmy, so I didn't introduce
you guys are on our list to come to dinner one day. We're just trying to
work it out.
Now we're doing a whole remodeling job on our house. So we're going to be upside down, inside out for a while.
So hold on. Hold on. Before we talk, because we have to introduce you. So you already know Ron, so I'm not introducing you. But we also have a chat room full of people. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, everybody in the chat room. James, Christina, Vig, Dawn, the cleaner, Eric, Easy Way.
Yeah, Eric's there, and Christina Gomez, Francisco Roman. There's a whole bunch of people. Teresa's fabulous.
Well, I want her to tell us the event we went to, what it was.
You don't remember?
Of course not. I go to so many events. You think I remember?
It was hashtag.
I think it was Halloween.
It was hashtag Temecula, and which we're going to talk about what that is, because I know
that's how I.
And we went to see Clown Motel 2. It was a red carpet movie premiere at hashtag Temecula, and it was a blast. And that's where we actually met.
I saw Clown 2.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
You were in Clown Motel 2.
I know, but I need to go to a nursing home.
And we were friends already on Facebook, but we had never actually met.
I watched Clown 2?
Yes.
Why don't I remember?
You sat next to Mark Hoadley and Dave Bailey. No, Mark Hoadley, not Dave Bailey, because you sat next to Mark Hoadley. And
that I remember, but I don't remember seeing the film. Oh boy, I'm gone with the women.
Anyway, so first of all, it was fabulous. We love you. Your husband is fabulous. Everybody that you hang out with is fabulous.
The kids are the best. The little boy came up to me. I forgot what he said, but I cracked up laughing. What did he say to me again?
You guys were standing in line, and Rayster says the same thing. And I guess he cut in front of you, and you looked down at him, and you asked him, did he need to go to the bathroom? And he looked up at you, and he said, yes. And he said, okay, you're going to cut in front of me. And he said, yes. And you said, okay, go ahead. And then I think he was charging everybody $1 to use the bathroom.
Oh, yeah,
he was charging everybody $1 to use the bathroom.
He was.
But I mean, what an enterprising little kid.
But he was adorable. He's the sweetest little boy in the world. Handsome. So go ahead, Jimmy.
No, it was super fun.
Well, first of all, people want to know, who is this broad anyway?
So
where'd she come from?
Actually, I have learned all kinds of things about you with you coming on the show that I didn't know anything about you. But I think the first thing we should tell everybody, because you have a very unique business that I had never even contemplated before, and it's called hashtag, but it's not in Temecula, so it's called something else.
No, it's in Temecula. So where we actually met it was in Lake Elsinore. We were at the Lake Elsinore outlets, and that was in October. So we did Freak Show with a combination of the world premiere of Clown Motel 2. That was the red carpet event you guys were at that we met. And since then, we've moved over into Temecula inside the Promenade Mall. And that was the second red carpet one that we did with Joseph Kelly as our Grinch. And that was in December. So we're in Temecula now. We're inside the Temecula Promenade Mall.
And tell them what hashtag actually is, because people will find this amazing, because this is a really cool thing.
So hashtag is, we are the only selfie experience gallery that exists out here. We were the only one at the time. I opened this in June. We were the only selfie experience gallery that existed outside LA Optical Museum. So what we do is we have over 40 backdrops that are still backdrops, and we switch them out every so often, but they're interactive themed rooms. So you can come in, get selfies done, do TikTok videos. So anything you need for your social media content, that's what we have. And then now we have a green screen room where you could go in the green screen room, and anybody familiar with green screen knows that you can put any video up, any picture up. Like I did my Lakers one with Kobe Bryant. And then we have a 360 platform. So you stand on it and it goes around. It could take 360. So it's a unique thing. We're the only one that exists out here in the Riverside Inland Empire area. And since June, there's a couple that have opened up in California, but we were originally the first ones to do this. And, we're going strong now, going on almost a year now.
It's really cool, you guys. So like she has all these backgrounds that you go take your selfies on that makes you look like you're in these really cool places, and that's what everybody's putting on their Instagram. So all the people that you see pulling cool pictures on their Instagram, they're like at her place taking the pictures.
Yep.
How much does it cost? Is it expensive?
Nope, it's $20 for adults 13 and up, and then $10 for kids 12 and under, and anybody 3 and under is free. And we do big events there, as you guys know, you've been to them. We have another big event coming up with it's a big wrestling event that we're getting ready to do. We have the Easter Bunny, pictures with the Easter Bunny, actually next Saturday morning, breakfast with the bunny. So you can come in, families could come in, $10 a person. You get to have breakfast with the Easter Bunny and take a bunch of selfies with the Easter Bunny.
It's a wonderful thing you're doing. Gives families and people a place to go to and something to do. I mean, how boring is it living in California after a while? You become an orange from the heat.
Yeah.
So it's nice to go into a cool place that's air conditioned and you could see yourself, you could be an actor for a minute. Like that's a big deal. But, if you want to be an actor, why, I'd never know. But if you want to be an actor, go to a green screen. You could be you could be making love to Marilyn Monroe.
I never thought about doing that with Ben Affleck. Yeah. Talking about Ben Affleck. I don't know why. I never thought of it. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. So I'm coming to hashtag today. So Vic, if you're out there watching, I'm coming in. I'm going to do something with Ben Affleck.
Actually, Vic is there. Hey, Vic.
You're kissing and fighting with him, and take a scene from a movie where he's telling you how much he adores and loves you, and you say, "Oh well, maybe."
Also, you guys, so Kimberly has, first of all,
talk about her, what she's done.
Wait, when I first
being an actress.
When I first met you, you were like, I only knew you as Kimmy Bear. So all this Kimberly Boynton, I'm still not used to it yet because I'm used to Kimmy Bear.
She'll always be my Kimmy Bear.
So you guys, I want to just give a shout out to Kimmy's husband, Brad.
Nice guy.
He's literally got to be one of the most supportive husbands I've ever seen. He lets you take the spotlight and lets you do everything, and he assists and helps you to achieve everything. He's got to be like one of the coolest. Next to Ron, he's the coolest husband on the planet. So I just want to give a shout out. I just want to give a shout out to Brad and say hi and thanks for all your support.
Compliments will get you nowhere.
And we love.
He says hi. He's next to me in the shadow.
Oh, okay. So he's just fabulous.
He's watching.
He can come say hi. So anyway, I didn't know you did all these things. I know you're getting ready to launch your own TV show called Keeping Up with Kim. Yes. I also know that you're the director of operations and creative services for Easy Way Promotions. You have Serenity Wellness Magazine that's coming, and you have a Serenity Wellness Center. And then I didn't know you know how to sing. So I went on your Facebook, and you have all these schools that you have gone to.
But wasn't she a soap opera star?
No.
Yes.
I don't know. Were you a soap opera star?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
See how much you don't research.
It wasn't on it's not on her IMDb. I went on her IMDb.
I can't get it on there. For whatever reason, it won't take it. So I'm trying to get it on there.
What soap were you on, Kimmy Bear?
Young and the Restless.
See,
were you really? Were you on it when Michael Damian was on it?
Yes.
He's a good friend of ours.
See, I know more than you.
He's
awesome.
awesome.
I didn't know that. Yeah, he's awesome. And how long were you on it?
I was only on for a year. I took the role of Nina Chancellor, and the original actress that was Nina Chancellor was out on leave. So I was actually just a fill-in from 1999 to 2000. So my whole thing about getting on there was I really wanted to meet Shamar Moore since Shamar Moore was on there. So I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I was so excited. I'm going to meet Shamar Moore, and never met Shamar Moore. We never did a scene together.
Oh, he's hot though.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's definitely hot. Okay, so wait, so I didn't know that. So do you have a lot of things that need to go on your IMDb?
Yes, a lot.
Do you know how to do it? Because I'm really good at it. Like I might be able to help because I'm
learning how to do it. The thing about it is I have so much stuff that I'm trying to put on there that it just gets frustrating. I'm like, oh, okay, I have to do something else. So I just give up on it. But the thing with the Young and the Restless is it wants specific episodes. So I'm like, I don't know what episode that was. It was like eons ago. I can't even remember what episode I did on my own stuff.
You know what?
All you have to do, it'll give you a list of all the episodes for the years that you want, and just click the ones that you were on.
Right. Because I don't remember what episodes I was on. Charlie's Angels. What the hell do I know?
But I did it. Yeah, but I clicked
McMillan and Wife. I don't know.
I clicked the episodes. So based
but
on
I don't even know what year
happened.
I was on. I don't remember anything. Meanwhile, Jimmy, I was in the movie Greed. Did you ever get Greed on my IMDb?
No, I don't think so.
How come?
I don't know.
I was in that movie with what's his name?
So hold on, wait a second. So she's a singer. So you've actually studied a whole lot. Like you've got like a
Yes.
lot of education.
Yes.
So you put an audition that you used for something just on TV on Facebook the other day or on your reel. So
Yes.
do you sing a lot? I know you host karaoke things, and I was always wondering, why does she host karaoke?
Not
And now I
karaoke.
get it though, because you know how to sing.
He said teriyaki.
No, I said
It's-
karaoke.
No, you said teriyaki.
But you know how to sing. and so-
Karaoke.
Yeah.
Teriyaki is a sauce, a Japanese sauce that goes on steak. Karaoke is a mic you sing into.
So
Now,
anyway,
are we working? Okay, now are we
yeah,
all right?
we're fine. So, but you can actually sing because to host karaoke, you have to be able to sing. And
Yeah.
so
I want to
just
come
didn't
one
know.
day to your karaoke thing. I wish we had time to do more things for ourselves. We're always doing things for other people. It sucks.
No, you know what I want to do? I want to go have a pajama party at your house because
No,
no,
you're
Ron,
not-
you always tell the most elaborate
never
and
happened. Never
stories of
happened.
Hollywood way back in the day. And
Yeah,
I
but-
love old Hollywood. I love the La La Land of Hollywood and way
Kimmy
back in
Bear.
the day. So I want to do it.
Kimmy Bear. We have 135-pound Fila, what is he?
Mastiff.
Mastiff, who hates people. So when we have guests, when you come to the house,
We have to
you'll
like
see,
lock them up.
we lock him up. We could never lock him up overnight. Would be like he'd make us all miserable. So until he passes
But we can just do
away,
a dinner and you can tell stories.
yeah, I could tell stories at a dinner. But until he passes away, we can't have company overnight because
I
of
wanna-
him.
I want to real quick too. I just want to because Courtney Gale, my favorite photographer, has just joined us in
Hey,
the chat
Court.
room. Hey, Courtney, we just want to say hi to Courtney.
Hi,
Hey,
Court.
Courtney.
Hi, cool.
There we go. And so let's talk about some of these things. Also, we're all working on Death House with Rayster Michaels.
Yep.
Which is
Am
I
gonna
in
be a
that
lot of
movie?
fun.
Am I in that
Oh,
movie?
well, the script on IMDb, I thought it said Death House. It's the script says Death Realm and the IMDb says Death House.
Am I in that movie?
Yes.
I do what I play.
I don't know yet. We don't know yet, but you're gonna
I'm
be
in
in
it,
it.
but I know what I play.
It's going to be amazing, though. I'm like really looking forward to it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go one thing at a time. You're launching a TV show, Keeping Up with Kim, which is very hard to do because you're like gone every day doing something.
I know. So it's Keeping Up with Kim, and then I have a reality talk show that's coming out, Keeping It Real with Kim. So one is a reality talk show, and the other one is a reality show. So that is Keeping Up with Kim and trying to keep up with everything that I'm doing, everywhere that I'm going. And you and I are doing a lot of things together too, and we are going to a lot of the same events. So you know how that goes.
Absolutely. So it'll be fun. And so one of them's a reality show, like actual reality show, like they're going to follow you around and like show you pooping and everything.
No,
Oh, I hope not.
We're not gonna.
Nobody wants to be anywhere near that.
No, just that stupid jerk did that phony crap. He pooped in his bed and it made international news. I was so humiliated when I heard about it. I thought,
That's
how
hilarious.
how disgusting
So one's
to
going to
become
be
famous for crapping
well,
in
he was
your
already
bed.
famous. So you're going to be one of them you're going to be doing a talk show, and the other one is a show about your life.
Correct.
Okay, cool. And when are they launching?
We're starting to work on them now. So I'm looking to start doing something with it in April. We're trying to get past a couple events that we have this week and coming up. So after we get past that, then we're going to start working on it. But Eric Zuli and Easy Ways working on that right now. And we're going to get everything up and going.
I like
We're
that.
resting
What's up?
because
Why don't you turn your phone off? Like it's
my phone's not ringing.
is too.
Well, I don't know who it is. Well, it's like bells. It's pretty bells.
pretty bells for us.
We are not doing any events until the Oscar party that we're going to, and that's in what, 2
She's
weeks?
going too next Thursday.
Oh, then it's next Thursday already.
yes.
I'm not rested yet.
Oh wait, we should tell everybody what it is while we have you on the phone. Let's do a quick
Oh,
little promo for it.
wow.
So you guys, next Thursday, March 24th, Jeff Gunn, who's a good friend of ours, is throwing another one of his parties. It's the Info List red carpet pre-Oscar soiree. It's at Sky Bar at the Mondrian Hotel. You can go to infolist.com to get information and to get tickets. They always have phenomenal celebrity guests there. Great networking. Anybody who's a fan of Suicide Squad, Mei-Ling NG, I don't know how you pronounce her last name. She's always there. She'll be there, and she was just in the last Suicide Squad movie. But they always have like great people. We met Martin Kove, and we met Corey Feldman for like the 50th time, and Scott Page, and I don't know. There's always some really great
and
people
we met,
there.
what's his name? Who we like? I can't remember. The guy lives in the valley. What's his name? The actor.
Scott Page. Oh, the actor?
Yeah, who lives in San Fernando Valley in Sherman Oaks. Oh my God, what's it called? Anyway.
Oh,
Are
it
you
doesn't
gonna have
matter.
me on your show?
We'll have a lot of people there.
Timmy Bear, you gonna have me on your talk show so I could sit there?
Absolutely,
Oh,
hands down. That's not even a question.
This way I could sit there and say, oh, you know who, the one that I knew years ago that I met with the other guy who was with the woman that got married to the woman who's a cousin of the star that I'm talking about.
We also want to give a shout out. Francisco Roman's in the chat room. Eric Zuli from Easy Way TV is in the chat room.
Yes.
Courtney's in the chat room. And
Francisco the cleaner.
yes, Francisco. I love Francisco, which we actually got to talk a whole bunch at that last event that we went to at Sue Wong's. He was there with Raster, so it was great. Okay, so tell us what is going on with. First of all, so I didn't know you were actually like an actress. I saw that you had one movie on your.
What you think she was, a hooker?
No, I thought she was like a businesswoman. She's got like 50 businesses, so she's like an entrepreneur.
I knew she was on television.
And, she was on the Gong Show back in the 90s.
Oh
right?
gosh.
What did you do on the Gong Show?
I actually sang. So the funny thing about that episode is that was the episode, and they had all the wrestlers as judges. So there was Mr. T, the Barbarian Brothers, Roddy Piper, and a couple other ones. And so that specific episode made history because the goal was you had to make it, I believe it was 20 seconds without getting gonged. So I was the only one that went on there, and I sang a Pebble song, Mercedes Boy. That was the
I love that. I used to be friends with her.
Did you get gonged? Did you get gonged?
So I made it to the last 5 seconds, and they gonged me. So that was the only show in history that nobody won on the show. The only show on Gong Show history, nobody won on that show. They gonged everybody, which the producers were a little mad at because of the fact that nobody won. But it was the only show that made history. But I was the only one that made it for the last 5 seconds. So I'm a little proud of myself.
Now, what made you want to even go on that show? I'd beat the shit out of them if they gonged me.
I'm not going up against a bunch of wrestlers. You kidding?
Actually, Roddy Piper was a friend of mine. He was a really good guy. He was a cool guy. And the other ones I didn't know.
But when the wrestlers weren't on, it was that group of people. I forgot their names. But I would have said, you gonged me, and who the fuck you think you are? You're no big deal that you're gonging me, you pieces of crap. And I would, of course, never worked again.
The funny thing is I used to work with the wrestlers. After that, I actually promoted all the luchadors from Rey Mysterio. So my company, we used to bring the kids from out here and take them to Rey Mysterio's school out in Mexico. And then we would do their punchlines, he would name them, give them their masks. So we were working with WWF, WCW, ECW before Vince McMahon went and bought everybody up. We were working with the wrestlers, and we actually helped, make their characters for them. So I did a lot of stuff with them for a lot of years, and then got out of it once Vince came in and bought everybody up.
I like the fact. Yeah,
do you miss acting?
Yes and no. I do a lot of musical theater, so I love musical theater. Acting, not so much. Musical theater and the stage, yes. That's why I do the directing. I have, as you guys know, I own my own performing arts academy. So I love directing the theaters, the musical productions, and I like being on stage and doing musicals. That's hands down my biggest passion. So acting in, other things, not so much, but yes, absolutely musical theater.
What are some of your favorite musicals?
Hands down, Wicked. That was by far the best musical I've seen. Second, I would say Phantom of the Opera. I've seen Rent. I've seen a lot of them. I'm planning on going to see Lion King in New York over the next few months. So, but oh my goodness, like Wicked, hands down.
Oh,
what a shame you couldn't see. I wish they would have photographed film of Angela Lansbury in Mame, one of the greatest Broadway musicals ever. And of course, Mary Martin in Peter Pan, and Yul Brynner in The King and I. These are classical musicals of the 50s and early 60s.
Oh, I agree.
But for some stupid reason, you are not allowed to film a stage production. I don't know why that is, and that still stands. When my daughter was in a school in high school, she played a mother in one of her musicals, and I went there with my camera, and the high school said, "You're not permitted to photograph." I said, "It's my daughter." They said, "You're not permitted to photograph." I said, "Okay, go call the cops." And I continued, photographing.
You rebel.
Well, it's my kid. You can't photo.
I agree.
I don't get what this bullshit is that you cannot film.
I understand it though. For people who are paying hundreds of dollars for a ticket, you can't do it. But for
back then,
for your
the
high
ticket,
school,
no, back then the ticket was $35.
okay,
It was not hundreds.
well, it was all relative. I think I've seen Phantom of the Opera probably 4 or 5 times. I've seen Rent twice. Jesus Christ Superstar I saw Jesus Christ Superstar with Sebastian Bach from Skid Row.
And Gypsy was another one that's a great musical.
I like Pippin.
I don't like the new things of today because the scenery, there isn't any. They have black stages with a chair. You have to use your imagination only because of budget. Back in the 50s, you got it wasn't a lot of money to do a Broadway musical. You could produce it for a decent amount of money. Today, like Carol Burnett said, if they had to do her show today, she couldn't because nobody would fund her that much money.
Yeah.
So we've lost a lot of quality in the art of musicals because of the expense of scenery, costumes.
So you have a performing arts school for kids then?
For everybody, not just kids. For everybody, all ages.
And tell people, how do people get involved with that if they want their kids to go? How do they audition or apply or whatever it is that you have to do?
Just go to the website polarisarts.net.
There you go. We need to get all these these different things out. So it's polarisarts.net, you guys. So then you're launching a magazine, or the magazine is already launched?
We are already done with it. We're just putting in the final pieces. So we launched that in April. And then I'm also the editor-in-chief for the Easy Way magazine too. So we're getting ready to put that one together and launch that in April as well. So they're both being launched.
And you raise children. How do you do this?
My children are raised. They're adults, but my grandson, he's the 4-year-old
grandson that you saw.
That was your wait a minute.
That was your grandson.
Wait just a minute. Wait, you are a grandmother?
I have 8. I have 8.
Wait, I don't give a
shit.
shit.
Grandchildren.
I don't give a shit about how many grandchildren. I care. You're a grandmother.
He can't believe that you're old enough to be a grandmother.
I thought that boy was your son.
No, all my kids are adults. My youngest daughter.
You're
is
an
25.
old. You are an old fucking disguise.
I am.
Oh my! You look so young.
Thank you.
Are you my age? 81.
Close.
Oh, get out of here, Kimmy, babe.
79.
How much?
79. She said.
No, you look so young in person also.
No, seriously, you look like you're 35 or something. You don't look like you could have 8
I
kids.
thought she was in her 30s. I would never.
I wish. I feel like I'm in my 30s, but no, unfortunately.
I'm totally flabbergasted. I had no idea that kid was not your son.
Oh, he's my grandson.
Here, I'm calling him your son. You didn't correct me when I said it earlier on the show.
It's because he's with me all the time. So, and that's Racer's little protocol. Funny story, I have to tell you guys.
And you have 8 grandchildren?
8. My oldest grandson is going to be 18 in July.
18 grandson. You had to get knocked up at 12.
Close. I was 16. A few more years after that. I was 16 with my first one.
I am totally in shock and awe of you right now. I cannot believe you have an 18-year-old grandson.
Yep.
You can't tell anymore. Years ago, people, when they got to be a certain age, they dressed old. Today, look at me. I dress young. I don't dress old. I wear young guys' clothes. I'm not going to wear some old baggy pants and a
go back
striped
and
shirt.
tell us a story.
I'm speaking,
though.
you rude fuck.
But you interrupted her. You actually interrupted her. She was going to say something and you interrupted her. Tell us the story, the funny story about Racer.
So Racer being the Black Power Ranger. So Andrew loves his uncle Racer. Like he loves him. And so he was at school the other day and my daughter comes home and she's mad. She says he's at school pushing kids and he got in trouble and everything else. So she's mad at him. So he comes in and I said, Andrew, why are you pushing kids at school? And he says, Grandma, he said, I wasn't pushing him. He's like, we were playing Power Rangers. He's like, and I'm like Uncle Racer. I'm the Black Power Ranger. So I have pushing powers. So I had to call Racer right away. I said, do you know what you just did to your nephew? And so he loved it. He goes, I'm taking him out to lunch. I'm taking him to ice cream. And I was like, oh, don't tell his mom that because she was mad.
I didn't know that Ray was the Black Power Ranger.
But wait a minute. Now, I have no idea what the. What
Okay,
what
Power
you're
Rangers is a
talking
kids show, and I'm friends with a lot of the people.
about.
Serena
Wait,
Vincent
Power
was the Pink
Rangers
Ranger.
is what kind of a kid
It's
show?
a kids show of like these kids who
Let
get.
Kimmy tell me.
Okay, go ahead. Tell them what's the Power Rangers.
So
You, I
Power
talk to all
Rangers,
the time.
there's different colors of the Power Rangers, and they're like teenage kids that are like superheroes. So they fight. There's so many different versions of the Power Rangers. It's been going on since I was a little kid, so it's been years now. But they have different versions of it. But it's teenagers when they go to fight crime, you know, and like anybody else, they turn into a different color Power Ranger. So for years, there was the Pink Ranger, and her name was Kimberly. So when I used to be an elementary school teacher. So every year I would, you know, introduce myself to my students. So like, you're the Pink Power Ranger, because apparently at that time there was nobody named Kimberly but this Pink Power Ranger. So all my students thought I was the cool teacher because my name was Kimberly, and they thought I was the Pink Power Ranger. So I kind of went with it. I was like, yep, I'm the Pink Power Ranger. So therefore you have to listen in class. But yeah.
Probably work.
Kimmy Bear.
So there's a pink one, a yellow one, a
Yeah,
blue one, a black
I
one,
got
a
it, I
green
got it.
one.
Kimmy Bear. In the short time that you're on our show, you have done so many things. I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been a drag queen?
In public, no.
I can hear Brad in the background laughing at that. I actually heard Brad laughing in
No,
the background.
she's been everything. I figured
like-
maybe she worked in drag one day. I don't know. You are an
maybe
amazing
not in
woman.
public, but
And at home, you're a drag queen. I love that. But no, when we get together at our house, we're going to have a fun time. I'll have some interesting people over also. And we
Yes.
will tell stories I'll tell stories that I cannot do publicly about some of my movie star friends.
No, it'll be a lot of like fun. So I love the Power Rangers though, and I even liked it. I know it didn't do that well, but the Power Rangers movie that they
I
just
think
did
I've
like
seen
2 or
that
3
too.
years
It's a
ago.
bunch of kids in jumpsuits.
Yeah, they have these heads on. I
Yes,
love the
I've
Power
seen-
Rangers.
I've skipped by it, of course, but I think I've seen it.
That's Saban Films.
Now
and
wait a
Saban
minute. Now,
Films is
how
huge.
how are you related to that show? What's the relationship?
for me, for Power Rangers, I don't have a relationship other than with Racer.
So,
He's
okay,
What's a racer?
Racer Michaels is the producer for the movie that we're all working on, and you've met him 1,000 times. He was at Sue Wong's house, and we talk to him all the time. And he's the one who that we're all working together to do this movie with. And he was a Black Power Ranger in the TV show back in the day.
Okay.
He's an actor, but he's an actor and a producer.
Okay. You know, I have very.
He's not good with names. If he sees him, he'll know who
No,
he
but
is,
you
but
think
he's
I have
not good with
do you
names.
think I have the start of Alzheimer's?
No.
I mean, no, you know,
Look at
like I've said a million times. You know how many people I've interviewed in my life? Over 4,000.
Eric wrote Go Power
Okay.
Rangers.
Wait a minute. When you interview over 4,000 people in a lifetime, your brain just cannot absorb or hold their faces or their names. It's an impossibility. So just at Sean Kanan's book signing, people were coming up to me, hugging me, kissing me, saying how much they love me. I have no idea who they were. But I said, I love you back, of course, because I didn't want to be mean. But I don't know.
I remember everybody. I don't remember names, but I remember faces.
If I see a face, I'll know the person if I know them, but I won't know their name.
Oh, see, well, then I feel special because when we went to the Sue Wong's event, I walked out and you said, Kimmy Bear. And you
Actually,
hit me, so.
he knows you.
I know.
He
You
knows
are-
you.
No, I mean, you know what it is? Women I like. Men I'm not nuts about. But men are not very friendly or warm. I like beautiful women. I like women. I'm friendly. I'm far more comfortable with women friends than I am with male friends. Men are always competitive and not very complimentary or friendly. They're afraid, especially when you're a gay man, they're afraid to be too friendly because you might think they're coming on. So those so-called straight for a day guys, they they tend to shy away from a gay guy, unless of course you're alone with them in a car and you had a couple of beers. Anyway, let's get it nice.
No.
Jimmy, say something nice. I'm drinking my little.
I will say something. Okay, so let's do a hypothetical since I didn't know you were an actress and you're getting ready to. I mean, when you unleashed your IMDb with all
How
the
did
stuff
you not
that you
know
had
she
on
was
it,
on soap opera?
how would I know? I never asked her that.
Well, how did I know? Where did it come out of my ass?
Well,
I mean,
we
how
don't
did I
stand
know?
next to each other when we talk to her, so you talked to her.
she
about
never
one-
told me.
How would you have known that then?
I have no idea. I haven't a clue. Possibly.
so-
no, wait. Possibly Kelly told me. Joseph Kelly.
Oh, could be. So she also
Possibly, I read it.
she has a movie. I think you did a movie called Night Realm because that made it to your IMDb in 1994. Where you acted in it, or you produced it, or which did you do?
No, just co-producer.
Co-producer. Okay. So do you like producing more, or do you like acting more?
Producing more on the movie side of it, acting more on, and producing, I guess, on the stage side of things.
I love it. And so you've been singing forever. Did you take voice lessons when you were young?
I actually did not take voice lessons until 2015 when I went to Cypress College. And I went to Cypress College because I was bored and I wanted to sing. And there was no singing anything. I used to live in Long Beach, so I'm from the Long Beach area. So other than singing at my performing arts school, or anything like that, I wanted to sing. So the difference is I knew how to sing, but I didn't know how to teach to sing. So that was mainly why I went. And so I remember I went in there and I was singing Orange Colored Sky by Natalie Cole. And all of a sudden, this older lady walks in and she says, "Oh my gosh." And she had this beautiful England accent. She says, "Was that you just singing?" I said, "Yes." And she grabs my hand and she's dragging me down the hall, signing up for something. I have no idea what I was signing up for. She says, "You need to put your name right here and show up tomorrow at this time with sheet music to that song. And you're going to stand on stage and sing it." I said, "Okay." At this time, I wasn't going to argue with her. Like, I didn't know who she was. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I was going to do what she said. So the next day I went and I did just that, got up there, and apparently I was auditioning for the applied music program for Cypress College, which is the best of the best singers and musicians of the school. And I made it in. So I did my 4 semesters there. And that's when I learned more technique, but I never had singing lessons literally until 2015.
I love it. I think it's freaking awesome. So you're going to record some music and put out an EP or something?
Oh no. I leave that to Brad now since he takes over the spotlight. It's funny because if I go up and sing, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, that was so great." And then you put him up and everybody forgets who I am. So it's so I just kind of sit back now and I let Brad have the spotlight. I used to perform at the casinos in Las Vegas when I used to live there, but now Brad has the spotlight and I let him.
I'm dizzy from this broad. I mean, she keeps throwing stuff at me that I have to digest. Now she lived in Vegas and she sang in casinos. I mean, come on. I mean, how old are you? Really?
Sorry.
You must be my age. I mean, you've done all
I
these
told you I
things.
was 79. You didn't believe me.
Yeah, right. You're 79. But no, you've done so much in such a short
did.
time. It's amazing. I sing also, but I sing in a woman's voice. So in order to sing, I have to put a dress on. No, it's true. I do sing. Jimmy will tell you.
No, he does actually. I like him when he sings in a man's voice better.
Yeah, well, I sing in a woman's voice better, I thought. I had a stand-up comedy act for years. I dressed as Jane Russell in drag, and I did a show all over the country. And
straight clubs, not in gay clubs.
Never a gay bar. All supper clubs, nightclubs. And I'd go out there with my tits jacked up, looking gorgeous, and I'd sing, "My heart is sad and lonely. I think of you, dear, only. Why haven't you called me? I love you so, body and soul." That's it, kids. That's all you're going to get.
There you go.
But with music, it sounded good. It was feminine.
Wait a minute. I have it right here. Hold on. I got you. We're going to make it rain. There you go.
Oh, I like that.
What's that?
That was money.
Oh,
that was for you, Ron.
That was for you,
I
Ron.
never got dollars. That was the gay play. No, people paid a lot to see me, believe it or not. It was Supper Club, I think, was $35 for dinner. Back then, that was a lot of money. And the drink show, I did 2 shows, Friday and Saturday. I did an 8 o'clock dinner show and an 11 o'clock drink show. And I was paid $500 for the weekend. That's $250 a night. That's not a lot now, but back then it was a lot. This is back in the 1960s.
So hold on, let's go to you because we've got 5 minutes. So let's say, okay, so you're going to go on Broadway. If you could be the star of any Broadway show, would it be the one you said that's your favorite show, or what show would you like to play the lead on?
I bet you she's going to say Rent.
No, she's not.
I do love Rent.
I do too.
I do too. I love the music.
If it was any of them, I would do Phantom of the Opera.
Really?
Oh, that's a good one.
I thought that was the crappiest of all.
Oh no,
I saw it and I was bored to death.
I'm a huge
with it.
Michael Crawford fan. I like having all his albums. I have all his albums.
I just thought it was so I don't know, some
And who are your favorite Broadway stars?
Broadway stars. Let's see. Robert Guillaume.
Oh, that's a good one.
Angela Lansbury, hands down. Julie
Absolutely.
Andrews.
Absolutely.
I like all the old school. Idina Menzel, Kristen Chenoweth.
I love
Bernadette
Kristen
Peters.
Chenoweth follows
How
me on
about
social
Bernadette
media.
Peters? Let's
Yes,
not forget
Bernadette Peters and
who I know.
I love
Bernadette.
Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. I really like them a lot.
I told Bernadette Peters when she was just starting off. I ran into her in a fabric store downtown New York City, and we chatted. And I said to her, "You're going to be a superstar." She said, "You think so?" I said, "Bernadette, trust me, you're going to be a superstar." And then years later, when I saw her, she said to me, "You know, you were right. I really am famous now." I said, "Of course you are, because you have a beautiful voice." And she still does have a beautiful voice.
yes, my favorite one that she was in was the Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella. She was just as the stepmother. I love that rendition. I do want to do that stage play of that. But the other one that's my favorite, and we did this.
Sunday in the Park with George.
Oh yes, yes.
She was wonderful in that. I loved
Yes.
it. I went backstage and I brought her flowers, and it was just, Sunday in the Park with George. Yeah, great.
Avenue Q.
See, I've never seen Avenue Q.
Oh my God. We did it years ago but that's my goal. That's the one that I'm going to do out here. So Avenue Q, look for Avenue Q coming up.
Okay, so then we have like 2.5 minutes. Male and female actor who you like to work with, whether you were acting with them or producing them or whatever. I'm sure Ben Affleck's gonna come up.
Just don't say me. I'm not available.
Yeah, so give me a male and female.
Hands down, Ben Affleck. I am going to be Mr. Affleck one day. So Brad has like a limited time frame because it's over. So J-Lo, if you're watching this, I'm coming for your man.
There you go. That's funny.
You really think he's cute, huh?
Do you think he's the best?
I've been in love with Ben forever.
Really?
Yes.
I like him. I don't like him as the best Batman.
Well, if
but
I
like
ever
him.
meet him, I'll drop your phone number off.
There you go. He can be like, every marriage has the one freebie. So he could be your freebie.
Right.
I'm good with the freebie. I'm good with that. Brad and I've already discussed this, so we're good. I got a hall pass.
His is Jason Statham. He likes Jason Statham. So like,
I love Jason too. Yeah.
Okay, female.
See, he keeps doing that.
Female.
I love him. Wait, I love Jason as an actor.
Yeah, but you also tell me how hot you think he is.
I think he's sexy. Never you use those words, hot. I said he's sexy.
Okay, sexy. All right, female you'd like to work with.
Female, I would say probably Emma Stone.
Oh, she's
really?
a good one.
Emma Stone.
Yeah, she's a good one. Okay, and then if you could have ever been or worked on any movie ever come out, what movie would you like to have worked on?
La La Land.
Oh, I hated
Oh,
that
I
movie.
hated that. Also. It was
What?
such
All right, I gotta go. Bye, you guys. Thank you for having me.
no.
The dancing
It was
terrible.
a terrible musical. It only made fun of the real musicals. I mean, why they nobody? Ugh, it was awful.
I like 2 of the songs in it, though. I did like 2 of the songs that Emma Stone sang, but I just didn't.
Emma
think it was
Stone
good.
should never do a musical.
I didn't like it, so that would be our only thing we'll disagree on because La La Land for
All
me was
right,
terrible.
I could take
But
that.
I can see you being in musical theater and musicals and stuff, liking it though, because you like all that kind of stuff in the first place. All right, so you guys, Kimberly is on Instagram. You guys, it's Kimberly Boynton, but if you look, you see she spells her name different. It's KYMBERLIBOYNTON. I think there's also an Instagram for hashtag Temecula, isn't it? I don't know what is it. It's
Hashtag Temecula.
hashtag Temecula. She's on Facebook. And she's fabulous. And we're going to see her next week on Thursday at the Info List event. We want to thank you for coming on the show. We think you guys are terrific. Brad, thank you for sitting and laughing in the background.
And please don't cut her first name short.
There he is. Hey. Don't hold your dick when you do that.
Love you guys.
Love you too. All right. Thank you so much, Kimberly. We'll see you, everybody in the chat room. Thank you so much. We'll see. Oh, you guys, we're not going to be here next week. We got to take 1 week off. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We're playing a repeat next week because we got to do some stuff. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Kimberly, thank you so much.
Thank you, honey. I'll
Thanks,
see you
Roxy.
next Thursday. Can't wait.
Bye.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye, honey.
Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. In the
interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. So come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes, download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.